Hi, welcome. It's Yvonne here from Women's Fitness Adventures. So pleased that you could join me. I look forward to sharing some great things with you this afternoon. Only the 5 Ps for your walking or hiking holiday. And I know that there are many of you out there that are looking to book a walking or hiking holiday, or thinking about one, or thinking maybe that could never be you. So I've got a simple, it's normally for public speaking, the 5 Ps of public speaking, but I've actually applied some different 5 Ps to our multi-day hiking or walking holidays. Of course, you can adapt those to local ones to yourself, wherever you might be, but it's the same principles. So I'm Yvonne Shepherd, the founder and CEO of Women's Fitness Adventures. I've been doing this for a long time now, over 9 years, and I'm excited to share what I know and the knowledge and skills and information that I gather from all the people in my world and all the women generally that I talk to across the course of my hiking and adventure journey. So if you are watching live and you watch every week, you know what to do. Please go ahead and tell me where you're watching from. If this is your first time watching, then please say hello, where you're watching from. Remember, I can't see you. If you're, see 5 of you just dropped off there. All I can see is a little number on the screen. So I can't see you. I don't know, anything about you until you say hello in there. And I really would appreciate it, because it's just a little green dot on my screen. So I am going to talk about the 5 Ps, and in the 5 Ps, if you're thinking about booking a walking or hiking holiday, and that of course could be with us, but that could be with anyone out there as well that you choose. And the goal is to make sure that you choose the right hike, the right adventure for you. And it might sound like I say this every single week, say the same thing, but maybe I do. I'm saying it differently today. So for some of you, it will be that love slap that you're looking for, in a very kind way that gives you that gentle nudge to do something that you have always wanted to do. For others, it will be just a nice, gentle reminder, a confirmation, or of whether you're making the right decision or not making the right decision. So you can take all that information. You can ask me questions while we're here. So just pop them in the chat, and we will go from there. So let me just check in and see who is here. And I see some of our lovely members are here who were with us on Stomp yesterday in Brisbane. Now, there's still a Stomp coming up in Sydney in August, but if you were with us in Brisbane yesterday, who has sore calf muscles? Me, I do. Very different to hiking, is going up and down stairs. So hi, Cherie from Ninggi was with me yesterday. Hi, Leanne in Sydney. Hi, Suzanne. Welcome from Wollongong. Thank you for stopping by. Hello, Sharon from the Gold Coast. Carolyn, hello. Getting ready, not far for us to go now to Pyrenees. Pam, hi Pam from Swan Hill, welcome. Thank you for joining us. Margaret up in Cairns. So we are literally spreading ourselves across the country at the moment. Belinda from Brisbane, again yesterday at Stomp. So I hope your calf muscles hurt. Mine do too. I've been stretching them out a little bit today. And Diane, hello, who stormed at home yesterday at Stadium Stomp in Brisbane, and Janine as well. What a turnout we had. There were about 25 of us yesterday, all in our purple shirts, all powering along around the Gabba. And I know we did that in Adelaide a few weeks ago. And again, we'll be doing it in Sydney. So if you are watching from Sydney and want to be part of our team, then go via our website and click on the link that takes you. So then we know that you're registered, that you're going to be part of our team. You do need to register with Stomp separately. So before I get into the 5 Ps of the walking or hiking holiday, and it's easy, 5 fingers, 5 Ps, we can tap them off. There's just a couple of things I want to raise. This might be the love slap that some of you are looking for. It might be your vitamin pill of inspiration, as someone said last week, or just that reassurance that you're on the right track, or that you need to go, hey, this is not for me at all. If you're not happy with where your fitness is now, and you're not doing anything about it, which of course is none of you, I got burnt myself this morning, then I really encourage you to think about this. Wherever you are now, if you do nothing, in 5 years' time, you will be no better off. In fact, you will be worse off. So even if it is, if you're doing nothing, then getting out for 10 minutes a day and moving is going to put you in a much better position in 5 years' time than doing nothing right now. So for those of you, and most of you I know who are our members who are out there doing movement every single day, doesn't have to be far, doesn't have to be fast, are taking out insurance against your future self. You are saying that where I am now is at least where I want to be in 5 years' time. And, you know, things happen, of course, that are beyond our control. But what we can control is what we do today. And what we do today affects us for 5 months, 5 years, you know, for some, depending how old you are watching, maybe 50 years as well. And I was having a chat today. Finally, my trainer is back at the gym. He's had some uncontrollable health issues that happened to him, but he's back and he's strong, and he is back and he is strong because he was strong before he got unwell. And we were talking about who is responsible for health, for your health. Is it a government responsibility? Is it a community responsibility? Whose responsibility is it? And ultimately, it's our responsibility. It's our responsibility to move well, to eat well, doesn't mean we're all perfect, but to take some responsibility for our health, to understand what we're putting into our body, to understand why we're moving our body in certain ways and what we're doing it. And I had this most wonderful, and I hope that you're watching, wonderful little message came through in the Adventure Ready course, Adventure Ready for Hiking course that we're running. And it was, yay, I can now put my undies on standing up, which is one of our goals inside Women's Fitness Adventures, is that, you know, we can stand there and put our undies on standing up and not fall over. And then some of you know I listened to a podcast called Wiser Than Me by Julia Louis-Dreyfus from Seinfeld. And I was listening to one this morning. I was driving to the Gold Coast to pick up my son who was flying in from Japan. And I can't remember who she was. She was a food writer. And she said this. She said, you need to do something that scares you, something that scares you, that challenges you. Because if you do the same thing all the time, that is what ages you. By doing new things, that keeps you young. So I say by moving as well keeps you young. If you do the same thing though, which, you know, we just need to expand our world a little bit more, and it will keep us younger. So when we get comfortable, when we get complacent, when we know how to do everything, that's when we need to go, let's push our boundaries just a little bit wider and do something else. So who else is here? Patricia, hello. Hope you're feeling well and your calf muscles are feeling good too. Hello, Suze. You have sunshine. How lovely. You must have our sunshine. We don't have that today. And hello, Alicia as well from Brisbane. So if you have a question about anything I've said, please ask away. So the 5 Ps of a walking or hiking holiday are this. Firstly is your pre-booking. And the reason I'm talking about walking or hiking holidays is we do have our showcase coming up in 2 weeks on Wednesday. It's creeping up really, really fast. And that is where we talk about all our adventures for 2024. And you can book into those adventures. So if you're a member on that, anyone can come to showcase. It's online. But if you're a member of Women's Fitness Adventures, you have first option. And you get first option if you have expressed an interest in that adventure. So the adventures will open up on the night, and you get to book into it if you have expressed an interest. So you have to be a member. You have to express an interest first. If they don't sell out on the night, and they will fill pretty quickly generally, then they open to members within 24 hours, and then 24 hours after that. So 48 hours from when they're released, they'll open to the general public. So if there is something, and we just added some more on this afternoon, we added on this might appeal to some of you, the My First Full Pack hiking program. So if you've ever wanted to do a full pack hiking adventure, we have the best one ever. So it's a hybrid program. Some of you have been there already to Jatbala, but this one's a hybrid program. So over 5 months, we get together online and we teach you everything you need to know about how to go on a full pack hiking adventure, and we go with you on that adventure to the Northern Territory. So that one is on there. The other one that we put up this afternoon is hiking in Hokkaido in Japan in August or September next year. We've just put that vague dates because we're finalizing the itinerary at the moment. We have also put up today the Royal National Park in December next year, a long way off that one. And we also put up I think the other one, we may have put some closer dates on it as well. And And we put up next year, just as interest, next year's Couch to Mountain to register for the wait list as well. And I'm looking over there because my screen with it all is on there. So there is, and Kangaroo Island for next year, because I know our Kangaroo Island one sold out within 24 hours this year. So if you have a question about any of those that are on there, there's about 15 on there at the moment, then, please ask away. If you already know something, please ask away. But this brings me to the whole point. Whether you're looking at one of our adventures or whether you have something else in mind that's out there. And I do the same for when I'm building our women's fitness adventures. And I also do the same for when I'm building my own personal adventure with my husband, which I'm currently doing one at the moment, is all of this stuff applies to me. So the 5 Ps, the first one is the pre-booking. So it is when I'm thinking, and you may have heard this before, so please add to it. If you've heard this before, it's like yoga, then breathe into it. Bring that extra knowledge so that you can have all that wisdom of the ones you might have done before or what you know about yourself, and start applying that. So pre-booking is to start assessing your current fitness level. So for, I'll use the example of my husband and I, the adventure that we're thinking of, I won't tell you where it is just in case we change our mind, is we're assessing our current fitness level. And, do we want, it has a little bit of altitude, so do we want to hike in the altitude, or do we want to just go to where, the sightseeing bit of altitude and then do our hiking for other places? So we're starting to break that distinction down. Why are we going there is part of our pre-booking thoughts. And then identifying any areas of improvement or strength. So let me bring it back to you guys. Let me bring it back to our Cinque Terre Italian fitness adventure. So part of the pre-booking on that one would be to assess your current fitness level. So I know some of our members are thinking, I need to learn Italian. That could be part of it too. But in terms of the Cinque Terre, it is an unbelievable adventure. But in terms of assessing where you're currently at, and this will all be in your showcase notes. If you register beforehand, you'll get notes, is what is my current fitness level? It is all stairs, literally stairs and cardio on Cinque Terre. So assess my fitness level. Can I do stairs? Can I do stairs at pace? Can I do stairs that keep up with the rest of the group? What areas of my stairs generally, or my cardio, do I need to look at to improve my strength or to improve my endurance? Because you are out all day on this. Hi, Jane. And what about asking some questions? So I know some of our members have already started asking us questions about next year's adventures. So she's not watching tonight, but our Iceland adventure, she said, do I think that she would be ready for that adventure next year? And this lady is amazing. She has come such a long way in the few years that we have known her. And, some injuries have set her back and stuff. But there's a pre-adventure she should do before Iceland. And we shared that with her. And you know what? That makes it, when she goes to Iceland, probably the year after, it will make it that she is successful on that adventure, because she will have built up physically the strength that she needs, and also that endurance and the success, had that previous success in stepping up. So that pre-booking is to really assess and ask yourself the honest questions, not that looks great, I'd love to go there, and then getting there and going, well, I don't have to walk today. It kind of defeats the purpose, because the gems are in the background. The gems are in the hiking. The gems are in the going slow. The gems are in the mixing with locals and having the local guide. That's what makes it rich. That's what gets you away from the crowds. I don't know if you've seen pictures of Europe at the moment. There are people everywhere. But when you can get away from it all, it makes such a difference. So pre-booking is number 1. Number 2 is preparation. So develop a hike training plan. So you found the one you want. With us, it is end to end. And Angela, if you're watching, thank you, that once you jump on with us, once you book with us, you are literally taken care of until you step on that plane to come home, or step on into your car, wherever you're going from, end to end. So you get that hiking plan. You get that honest assessment of, can I do that adventure? You get the strength training, you get the functional fitness, you get all of those things. And as members, you get that anyway, whether you're on an adventure or not, you get that strength training. And we teach you how to build up slowly so that you do not get shin splints, so that you are not injured after your adventure, so that you can hike day after day after day and come home and say you had a great time because you remained injury free. You didn't have, any slips or falls. And sometimes they happen, but they're random freak events that might happen, and generally they're not too bad. But, if you can do everything you can to minimize that beforehand is in the preparation. And we know time goes really fast beforehand, and the closer you get to an adventure, the faster the time goes. So there is nothing like now, even if you're thinking, a few years' time you'd like to do something, there is nothing like the door 5 minutes or for 10 minutes or whatever it might be. Hopefully I didn't just drop out there. The first P is pre-booking. The second one is preparation. The third one is pace. So it's fine to, not fine, I hate that word. It's okay to go, yep, I am good to go. I can do stairs, I can do hills, I have good cardio, I have endurance, I could go for days and days. But you need to consider on a walking or hiking holiday that you have to go at a certain pace. It doesn't mean running, it doesn't mean not stop photos or toilets or food or anything like that. It means from a safety point of view that you need to go at a certain pace so that the group stays together, especially depending what weather conditions you're in. But also from a fatigue point of view, if a group averages somewhere between 3.5 to 4 kilometers across most terrains, and if it's all stairs, it might go a little bit slower. But the longer you are on your legs, the more fatigued you get. So that comes, what's the pace? I'll share that in a moment, Leanne. So that comes with preparation. Pace comes with preparation. The more we do something, the fitter we get. The fitter we get, the more we do it, the faster we get. And it's not a race. So generally it's 4 kilometers an hour. So if you walk around the footpath, 4 kilometers an hour is pretty easy. We're not talking about footpath. We're talking about stairs. We're talking about hills, uphill and downhill. So all of that in ours is covered in it. But if you are looking at someone else's, can someone tell me if I'm back? Am I back? Can someone tell me if I'm back? Am I back? Hello? Hello? Am I back? Yes. Okay. Thank you. Yes, you wouldn't think I live in a big city, right, with internet. So what I was saying, thank you everyone for staying with me, is that we as women fear cardio. We don't want to get out of breath. And I've spoken about this on a previous Monday Night Live, so you might want to tune into that one. But we don't want to get out of breath. We are scared of what it might do to our heart. So I really encourage you to start using a heart rate monitor or using a watch or doing something that gets you comfortable with getting out of breath, because when you get out of breath, then you can actually improve. You will improve your pace if you get out of breath. The other thing is to monitor your breathing and adjust your pace accordingly. So if you know you get super puffed going uphill, slow it down, go up the hill at your pace, and then speed it up for the rest of the time. So that is my point about pace, is we can go faster. We just have to start adjusting our body to know what pace we're currently at, where we need to be, and then start moving it in between. And the other one is practice. So the 5 Ps for multi-day walks or multi-day hikes is the pre-booking, assessing your current fitness level. Secondly is the preparation. So what's your hike training plan? What does it look like? What do you need to do? What do you need to move out of the way? Probably priority could be our 6th one in there. Pace. So making sure that you know that you could comfortably get to the pace that you need to for the adventure. And as I said a few weeks ago, there are a lot of companies out there that give you the itinerary, and yes, you'll be fine if you have a moderate level of fitness and can walk 10 kilometers. That does not mean anything. You need to ask for more detail. You need to, ask if you can have a chat. What does that mean? Tell them about you, because, you need to be successful and you need to be comfortable. And what you interpret from an itinerary might be different to what that itinerary that was published actually is. So for anyone who's looking at our adventures, remember I said there's heaps of them put up today, ask the questions. You can ask me right now if you have one as well. Practice. So do some interval training, do the hikes, don't be wishful thinking. You can ask someone anything and they will tell you the answer that you want to hear. So if you want to sleep in, talk to people who love sleeping in. If you want to be an early bird, talk to people who love getting up early, and you will find the answer that you want. The other thing is, use your regular hiking to simulate those conditions. So Carolyn had a great point there. She had a friend who did the Pyrenees last year. So Carolyn and I and 6 other ladies are heading off to do the Pyrenees at the beginning of September, and said she was so underprepared. So Carolyn and I and the other ladies, we have our hike training plan. We've had that for months. We know that there are hills, they're big mountains on a trail, of course, so it's nothing, extreme, but there is a lot of cardio. We are doing the work for the cardio. So I follow these exact same things for all of my adventures as well. So I am doing more cardio so that I know when I'm on the trail and I'm carrying a pack that I'm actually going to get myself into that refugio every night and be able to stay awake, be able to go, yep, this is awesome. I'm having the best time, rather than go, oh gosh, do I have to do that again? So I follow my own advice. And then the other thing is just this continual loop, your performance. So assess your improvements. So measure, hi, Angela, measure the, your SMART goals. What was it that you set out to achieve? How are you going? Keep benchmarking what you do. So, we always look at what we need to get to. We forget to look at where we've been. And I think if you write down what you could do last month and what you could do now. But, as I say, wishful thinking will not get you anywhere. You actually have to do the work. And W doesn't fit in my 5 Ps, which is why there are 5 Ps. So is the cardio in resource? Leanne, can you give me a little bit more information on what you mean by that? Because I'm not sure I understand. So I want everyone to think about this. If you are thinking of our adventures, and again, I'll come back to the Cinque Terre, and if you have questions on our adventures, you can ask them here, and I know we'll be calling for questions soon, so I can do a little bit of pre-work for everyone. But if you're thinking of the Cinque Terre and you think, can I do the stairs or not, then maybe a hike before that is the Tuscany hike. Not the same year, but do the Tuscany hike beforehand. Get used to hiking in Italian weather, or get used to hiking, the rolling hills of Tuscany rather than the steeper stairs of the Cinque Terre. If you are interested in Iceland, but you think, I'm sitting on the fence, I want to be able to do it with complete, end to end, get there, not pull out. And you can't pull out. If you pull out of something, it is really hard work and it is your expense. So you want to make sure that you are going in really, really prepared. And if you're thinking of Iceland and know that you can move things out of the way, like there is nothing better than the thrill of an adventure, that hooks you in, that you train for, that you book for, that you just go, hey, this is my thing. And I know Angela is watching here, and she did just exactly that, coming back after, a hip replacement of all things in December, and has just literally nailed Iceland. And she made that her priority. So if you want to do an adventure and you know that you can make it your priority, then go for it, and we will support you on that. But if you want to do an adventure and you are thinking, maybe I could fit the training in, maybe I could move this, maybe I could do that, then maybe in your pre-booking, assess your current fitness level and go for the one just below. So if Iceland's on your list, you might want to go for our New Zealand North Island first, the year before. We walk across the Tongariro crossing. That is like a one-day volcano hike, which is what we do in New Zealand. And of course, Iceland is every day. Or you do New Zealand prior to our Japan, hiking in Hokkaido, which is 5 volcanic regions. So if you've done Iceland, then Japan is literally just across, the same parallel, the next mountains that you might want to consider. So think about the pre-booking, but also the pre-adventure. What is there a stepping stone process for me to get there, because I have I know I can shift everything and it's my total priority, or I think I can shift everything. Then maybe just think about your whole life and stuff like that. So let me check with a comment here. Leanne says, Couch to Mountain is just scary for the unknown, but exciting. And at the same time, because I'm hope to do the Murray River, but the whole thing scares me as to be ready. Yeah, so it is great. As I said before, if we do things that scare us, that keeps us young, doing something for the first time is always scary because we've never done it before. But that's what we tell kids, right? That's what we tell little kids. Just give it a try. And sometimes our head gets in the way and tells us things that we don't necessarily need to hear, but we want to believe. But you know what? We simply need to start a journey and put one foot in front of the other. You will not get a better program than the Couch to Mountain program if you want to get into hiking. There is no better program out there. That is the most supported program that exists. If you want to get into full pack hiking, the one we put up today, my first full pack hike, there is no better program to get you ready for a full pack hike and take you on that hike as well. We also put up, or it'll be tomorrow, my first 100-kilometer adventure ready hike. Same thing, 5 months of online training where we give you everything you need end to end, and we take you on a 100-kilometer hike. You will master it. You're staying in hotels. It's a day pack only. And we go out every day, and over the course of 8 days, 8 nights, 9 days, we walk 100 kilometers, which is not an easy thing to do. It is quite tiring. But if you're a graduate of Couch to Mountain or any of our other programs, or if you're on Couch to Mountain now and looking for something next that is more of a supported, training and ease along, then that is one of the programs for you as well. So lots of things to think about there, but I want you to think about wherever you are in the world, wherever you are in your thought process with thinking of walking or hiking holidays, and that's probably why you're here and listening, is that it's about the pre-booking. This is all about you. Pre-pressing a button to go, I want to go there. What do you need to think about for you? Where are you really at with your current fitness level, and where do you realistically think that you can get to? What about your preparation? What actually can you do? We give you a hiking plan if you come with us. We take you end to end again. Thanks, Angela. And but what can you do? What are you prepared to do? Right? we can all find excuses. So what are you prepared to do? What pace? Don't be scared about getting out of breath. Don't be scared about that. You'll know if it's just a scary thing, or if you're worried, talk to your doctor first. And then practice. Just do it. Get out on the trails. Start to move and shake and shimmy it up. And then track it as well. So they're the 5 Ps. Think about those before Showcase in 2 weeks' time, because it'll be a frenzy that night. It'll be really, really exciting. And don't forget to register, members and non-members. There is a big number registered already. And the team, we are super excited. We are really just ready to go. They're just amazing adventures. So Alethea, who has been away for a week, yes, there is so many more. There's a few more still to come up. And I did say a couple of weeks ago, Black Label, which is I have been working on Black Label. We are 10 next year. Black Label is an adventure with me that is by application only. If you are interested in receiving that, it is a 11-day adventure that is like no other. The adventure partners have had a blast putting that together for me. It's like, I want this and I want that. And we put this together and it's pretty unbelievable. But it is a once-off event to remember that, yeah. If you're interested in Black Label, drop a note below, and you might, you'll see some more information come out about that soon. Anyway, that is enough for me. I've been talking for a while. I am teaching our online Adventure Ready for Hiking course in an hour or so. So if some of you are watching, I'll see you there. That course starts again late September. So if anyone is interested in that, we'll have some more information out soon. But don't forget to register for Showcase. It is in 2 weeks' time. The information comes out next week where you'll want to start. I'll be mid next week, taking notes, asking questions. You might want to ask me some questions here next Monday night as well, so that when it comes time, if you are interested in one of our multi-day hiking adventures, you'll know the questions. You'll have the answers to the questions that you want so that you can feel confident. Carolyn's interested in the black one. Black Label, it's called, Carolyn. So if you have any questions, just send them through. And we will go from there. I do mention Black Label is challenging as well. So challenging, and Black Label comes with a bit of a price tag too. So just be aware of that. But you'll get to see something soon and you can decide if you want to apply for that one as well. But my skin is jumping out of itself with that one. So, okay, I will make a note. Now it's just taken away about the whole 5 Ps, guys. Don't go Black Label, just go 5 Ps. You'll get enough about Black Label soon. But, yeah, I'll just make a note here. Carolyn. Sharon, your brain is numb from all your training. That's it, Karen, because, Carolyn, because we as Muhammad Ali said, and I'm not into boxing, but, he won the fights in the training. And if we do the hard work in the training according to the plan, so we don't burn out, we don't get shin splints, so we don't hurt ourselves in any way, we will nail it on the adventure. So that's it from me. Thank you for tuning in. Monday Night Live, 2 more weeks to Showcase. So jump onto the website, Showcase, Women's Fitness Adventures Showcase. It is an adventure, August the 2nd. Your legs feel great. I bet they look great too, Carolyn. All right, so that's it from me. If you have questions, just keep popping them below or email us info@womensfitnessadventures.com. And I'll see you next week. Thanks. Bye.